Hi, it's Jennifer. You probably know me as the author of The Heart of the Prophetic, or A Prophet's Heart, or maybe Doubtless Faith That Overcomes the World. Today I want to talk to you about something really important, and that's how to hear from God during times of crisis. You know, it's important as believers that we're equipped to hear from God about anything and everything that we need to hear from God about, including revelation in the scriptures, decisions we have to make. But in the midst of trials, let me tell you, it's more important than ever to hear the voice of God, to understand the ways in which God speaks to us, to understand how He moves on our spirits, how He communicates with us. It's really vital. You know, I just went through a trial recently, and probably one of the biggest trials of my life, and that's where I want to speak to you from. You know, I had Christians who love God on this side telling me one thing, and Christians who love God on the other side telling me another thing. You know, the Bible says there's counsel, there's wisdom in the counsel of many. So I got counsel from many, but I got two clear camps telling me to do one thing and telling me to do another. Let me tell you, that can be confusing, and that's why what I had to do was I had to separate myself unto the Lord. I had to sanctify myself. I had to seek His face, to seek His voice. I had to shut out all the other voices, and I had to decide what God wanted me to do. I had to hear from God myself. Ultimately, you need to do the same thing. You need to hear from God for yourself. Only then can you have the confidence to know that you know that you know that you're in the will of God, no matter what anybody says. Because let me tell you something, when I made my decision, when I heard from God, I got a lot of backlash from people who thought I missed God. And I got a lot of encouragement from folks who did think that I heard from God. So, you know, the best thing to do always is to understand how to hear from God. So I want to share with you in this next webinar that we're doing, keys to hearing from God in times of trial. Keys to hearing from God in times of trial. And I want to talk to you from the scriptures. I want to share with you practical experience of times that I've gone through in my life where hearing from God was critical. So if that's you, if you want to sharpen your spiritual ears, if you want to learn how to hear from God better, if you want to understand the ways in which He speaks to us, if you want to understand these things and get equipped, sign up for the webinar. Put your name and email address there on the other side of the screen. I'll shoot you out an email with details as to when, where, and how you can hook up with me on this free webinar. Be sure to get signed up soon. We're putting all the things in order. I want you to learn how to hear from God for yourself. Part of my job is to equip you, the saints, to hear from God for yourself. So get registered, and I'll see you on the other side.